Where are language? There we go. I really am like, because I was telling you on the buzz, it's been a while since Barnes & Nobles has sparked joy, but then I was thinking about that book I borrowed from the library and how I really want it, but do they have it at this Barnes & Nobles? I like reference books. Those are the best things to get from Barnes & Nobles. The best things. Maybe one day I'll be so inspired to start learning Italian, but today is not the day. The things with Barnes & Noble is it's really hard to get, it's easy to get carried away with cute things. Look how cute this is. It's literally like in the palm of my hand. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So cute. Gosh, I need a library. This looks really pretty and I like picture books. Oh, is it? It is. Damn it. Damn it. Am I that deep? I'm not $17 deep though. One day, I guess it's a wish list book. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. This is a lot tinier and more expensive, but it feels denser. It's just a lot tinier. Bruh. It's the one I'm getting. Thanks, library. It was like a pre-trial. I guess this is because it's a new edition, because the one from the library is $6.99, but this is $7.99. But you know what? We'll take it and we'll deal. I guess knowledge has a price, but we'll take it and I guess we'll pay. Is this for, I think this is it. Is this it? I think this is it. Is this it? It's blue and I think it's pink one too, and it's this one. Anyway, I'm still getting this, so whatever. I'm gonna try and see if I should get a book in a foreign language, but I don't know if those would be, if they have them here even. This children's section is large though. Chinese, English, but why is that over here? Oh, it's in Espanol. Okay, makes sense, I guess. Okay. No, I'm saying they have all the languages alphabetically ordered, but then all of a sudden they go to books in Spanish. Oh no, it's just the one book in Spanish. No, it's ESL. Oh, it's ESL. Okay. I'm like, yeah, why they have the English? And I'm just like, it's Espanol. Yes. Turkish, any Swahili? Would it be under Kiswahili? And it looks like Spanish is where it ends. Oh, they got Thai, Tagalog, Vietnamese. Yeah, I'm not there with Swahili or Turkish anyway to get anything. Maybe Danish? No, I'm not there with Danish. Danish looks relatively easy to find stuff online for, so. Nobles is hella empty, which is great. You know, I don't like to be crowded with people, but it's also making me feel really sad. I don't know. If there's like I said, I want to get a book in a foreign language to challenge myself. But I feel like I could also. Oh, you did. So you also got a dictionary. So my mom is getting a book as well, ASL dictionary. I'm gonna dive back into my Russian reading and finally, hopefully, I can get ahead of the a hold of the declensions. The library exists, but the library sections are always just Spanish entirely. There's never any like other languages. So, and like the fiction sections in foreign language is always just Spanish. But I could be where I am. I see libros en español, but do we have libros in other languages? Or are we still doing the thing where it's just only Spanish? En español todos los libros. Oh my gosh. Fresh, like how, I mean, surely in this state you should have other languages. In this state, at a mall. Bruh. Reference books to learn. This used to be my section. This used to be where I would go to all the time when I was like in middle school. Well, that looked kind of pretty. section, the sci-fi fantasy paperbacks. Oh my gosh! Found the section, but where are the small paperbacks? The small ones, tiny ones. They're like big, thick bitches. I feel like I hear more and more people talking about Bryan Sanderson. I don't understand how many sagas does he have? Is it one? The sci-fi section always looks the best because they're thin in paperbacks and whatnot. But then it's like, I can never super get into a series at the onset. What is the Near Witch? Is this probably the same Discover? Not Shade of Black, because I didn't like that. I liked it enough, but not enough for me to super get. I'm just trying to find like a cheap $7 book. Maybe I just haven't been to a bookstore in a while, and that's no longer the case. I'm still in the middle of reading this because I started, I think, last year. I was like, I'm gonna read the whole Dune series. I know this is like I think his sons wrote this, or one of his sons wrote this with somebody else. And it's not too bad actually, because I haven't read the first one, but it's probably better than the rest of them, because I'm sure the rest of them are strife with like really bad lightsaber tropes and stuff. So what is this? This looks interesting. It's a pretty cover. But what's the first one? Is this the first one? No. So pretty, but I don't think I've ever really been interested in the books. I feel like if they're just gonna convey the show, I don't need to read it. I don't need to hear about the trauma that she dealt with, so. This cover is really calling to me, and even the blurb sounds kind of interesting, but I don't know enough to get it. I remember before the big comic boom, probably like around and before Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man came out, when a bunch of new, smaller graphic novel ones were coming out, and I would just sit in Barnes & Noble's reading them. I just mostly DC and Marvel right now. And then whatever's in manga. What is Boom? Oh, they do have it. Here it is. $10. I honestly could probably just sit here and read it, but I'm not going to do that. It's the jam. Oh my gosh, this looks interesting. I go to see a synopsis and then I see the price first. Never. My heart cries because I want the anime back. Bring it back, it was so good. Birder in me is like, get it, grab it. But I know it's gonna be like money. $30. It's not too bad. It's heavy though, gosh. All these books are heavy. I'm not there yet. Estonian guide is like $15. It's half. Well, I don't even know if it's other books or something. Fine, but that's half. That's really regional. So that's really specific. This is just general. Oh my gosh, I want them both. But I'm not super into birding just to justify this right now. And that I'm not super into birding is that I'm not. I guess yeah, I'm not into birding enough. I don't have the opportunity to be into birding enough right now to get any of these books, but they look so pretty and they sound great. I want them all. I don't care for mushrooms. I really don't. What is that? Snakes? Oh, that sounds great. It's $15 too. I'm not outdoors enough, especially not around snakes. Trees sounds great. Again, but I can easily find that online information. Wildflowers, anything I can find on edible plants. Damn it. You know what? No. It looks pretty and it looks like a great book to have. It's this?
Let me see the color.
I know it looks kind of great, but I'm already in like, I get emails from this meetup group I'm in all the time that probably has the same information.
Okay.
So. We thick in a Barnes and Nobles. We thick in a Barnes and Nobles. Ma, you bought it? You bought it? No. And Barnes & Noble sends me a, okay. Next time they send me a coupon online. So I'm right by the Auntie Anne's. Right by the Auntie Anne's. For my gum. Trying to catch the bus back. Smells like sweet pretzels and sugary goodness. Is it pretzels that they sell there? I don't know. And it's funny because the whole thing was, oh, let's go to Home Depot, which I think is probably going to be for me to get a plant, but that would have been a mess. So and there was a Barnes & Noble's here. I thought I was only going to get one book and we were going to leave. No, I got one book. My mom got two. She got an ASL dictionary and a licensing guide, like study guide, because really, like I said before, study guides are it. Because the thing with reference books from the library is it's great, but because it's a communal reference, it's communal, so it has to go back at some point. This is why I think buying books makes most sense for reference books, not necessarily for like fiction books, at least for me. Unless it's a fiction book you really, really enjoy and you reread or something, or you just want to have as part of like a book collection, or maybe it's like a special edition. But reference books to me make the most sense to buy and have physical copies of, because generally they go unchanged, and if they don't, it's good to see how things change. But one day I'll come back and I'll get those reference books. Even their bags are fancy. Is this wasteful? This bag will... I'll try and find some use for it. This would be a nice something to make like a... not paper mache, but like to make a form out of. What is this from Alice? Yeah, it's from Alice in Wonderland. There's our bus. There's our bus. I only wish I had my gloves, but I don't have my gloves. So I'm back home. We came back from the mall. I'm making dumplings right now. I just figured I'd do a quick in the snippet video to show you what it is that I got. So if you saw my last book video, you might have heard me say that I'm not getting any more library books until I'm finished. I go through a large amount of my NetGalley shelf, which is true for the most part. It's mostly applying to fiction books because I don't count reference books. We don't. The last book I returned was Codex. I went to the library and I picked up this. Now, as I said, this was $6.99. This is the copy I got today. This is $7.99. This is 2007. Okay, so this is still Berkeley, but $1 extra. This is also 2007. So I wonder what the difference is. Let me see. I don't know if it's just a shadow I'm in. But this looks, yeah. This is a deeper blue, so it's... Okay, but it's the copyright, but when was it printed? Let me see. Does it say when the printing was? No, it just says printing history, July 2007, so... I wonder what that's about. Anyway, because I did the Duolingo with Russian a while ago, and I still keep up with it, and that's where the Russian music listening comes in to help, and or when I somehow, maybe through Netflix or whatever, when I see a Russian word or whatever that I come across, this has been really helpful. Recently, I can just open the book and find the word. It's like, oh, that means that, and oh, this is how this is, so it's helping me with the declension, which is, I feel like my biggest struggle with Russian. So I have one of these books for French as well. I've had it for many years. I wanted to get a book in not Russian. I know the Philadelphia Library has books in Russian, large print books in Russian, and maybe I'll borrow through Overdrive at some point. But I was thinking French, because I have a bunch of French books from college, but maybe something more recent would have been fun, but Barnes & Noble isn't international like that. I don't know where one gets international, like current international books in foreign languages. Anyway, so yeah, la voila. This table ends up looking dirty in the post-production. You know, it's because there's cat hair. I feel like I don't see a lot right now. It's just like old foodstuffs. And I'm too lazy to wipe the table down right now. But this is what my mom got. And it's... Why can't you see it? It's the pocket American Sign Language. But I don't understand. Is this illustrated? It is. Okay. I was confused. I'm like, but not all of them are illustrated. I guess some of you have to see. Okay. This is what she got. And this is $10. How interesting. I mean, I guess the convenience. Okay. And the scaling down, maybe it's a different printer it has to be used. Anyway, this is what she got. This is one of the books she got. She got another book, but I don't feel the need to go into that one. But yeah. Because in my house, we like to communicate, so. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been fun. Anyway, thanks for watching. I've got to go because my dumplings are boiling over, so thanks for watching. I gotta lift them. My dumplings, they look so good. Usually I don't make them with the beef broth, but we didn't have chicken stock, so